I could really make it easier for people, but it never get better. So I mean, if
Yeah.
there are different
See, right there.
chiropractors.
I had a sneaky suspicion that you could make it easy, but you purposely were not, which was what was frustrating. But again, I
Yeah,
already mentioned that. But yeah, oh
yeah,
my God. You can cut out this
yeah.
part about the frustration because I said it a couple of times, but it's
No, it's so authentic that I need to put it in, right? Like I think that's the best part. People really need to know that. So they were just doing the exercises, get better, and then it didn't work anymore. So now, like, yeah, I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
give straight answers anymore. How did that work out for you?
yeah, yeah.
Not getting straight answers.
Um, I straight away thought like, hey, was this the right thing to go into this? And like, I'm not sure. Should I have done this? Because it feels, I don't know. I wasn't sure whether it was going to work out because I didn't really get anything from like the first session. I just got the idea that, hey, this guy is super knowledgeable. He knows what he's talking about, but I still don't know what he's talking about. Like, I don't know what's happening. So at the end of the first session, I was just like, what happened in the past hour? So
Yep.
because of that, I think the first thing was that the first question I asked was, should I stick with this? But I was like, I know that other stuff didn't work in the past. So why is this any different? This might not work too. So that was the thing. But then after I was like, nah, I should at least give it a try for like a few sessions. And you did prescribe to me some exercises. So I was like, okay, let's see what happens. And then let's move from there. Yeah. So I think also the fact that I tried stuff previously and it didn't work. I tried all of them like a couple of times before giving up. So I was like, I should give it a chance before I just decide. And it's still the circuit breaker rates helped.
Yes,
Those
yes.
those
Yeah.
definitely helped a lot. I was like, if I don't do this now and I decide to come back to this guy later, it's gonna cost me twice as much. I better stick with it
Yeah.
now while I can.
Yeah, no,
So
that's
yeah, that
true.
definitely helped.
Was the second or
Yeah.
third session any clearer, or was it still as confusing?
Yeah, yeah. I think the most clarity I received was, I think, the third session, and then the fourth session was even more clear.
Yeah, I
So yeah,
remember like on your second session, we worked on the same, well, it was the same thing. I was doing the same thing, but on different subject matters. So if anything, you would end up being more confused, right? Because we started talking
yeah,
about
I
the
was.
same.
Yeah, the second session I was like, I'm not getting anything.
Okay, and I think the third session there was enough to work with. It started to kind of piece
Yeah,
together a bit more.
yeah, yeah. I think that the biggest difference was that this is related to it's not the second thing I wanted to say is not really a frustration. It was more a challenge,
Yep.
which is related to the third session. I really had a lot more clarity was because I actually watched the video, and every 5 minutes, like I have like almost a transcript, right? I mean, like in a Google Doc, I have like the full notes, and I don't even need to look at the video anymore. I just look at the notes if I have a question. So that part of it made it way more clear. And leading up to the fourth session, because I was putting my thoughts down, not just like not just like 2 hours before the session, just put everything there on the slides, but because there was like, I put stuff there, then there's feedback, then I read the feedback, and then there's more understanding. So because of that, leading up to the fourth session, I was like, oh, okay, so this is how it's supposed to work. And then I was like, okay, this is a good, it's a good streamlined progress,
Streamline, yep.
streamlined process.
Process, yep. It's kind of a month since you worked with me, give or take about a month, maybe 5 weeks,
Yeah.
from like day 0 versus now, which is like week 5. You said like it's clearer now, right? Can you describe the clarity more, like how your thoughts were like, or how your decision making, problem solving process, or how you view your symptom, injury, shoulder pain? How was it like before you start, and how has it changed to now?
Okay, so the very first thing I would say is, previously the way I used to think is, I mean, I came from, my background was like when I was in school, I used to do personal training on the side for like pocket money and stuff. So that was my background. So because of that, my thought process is, if something is weak, you strengthen it, and then you will improve like the overall. If there's some muscle group, the only way to work on that muscle group is lift and strengthen it. That's the only way. So also watching a lot of YouTube videos, I expected there is a reason for that pain. And plus having like my previous coaches saying that, oh, this is the reason or that is the reason, that also didn't help. So my expectation going into this was that there is one or maybe two specific reasons why it's happening, and I want to know what those reasons are so I can avoid them forever. That's my expectation. And part of the frustration was I'm not getting that. And until I really understood, like I watched the videos a couple of times and then I understood, like, you may never know the reason. And the clarity is you don't need to know the reason. You just need to know that there's pain and you need to do what's necessary to fix that pain. Yeah, and you may or may not ever avoid it, but you can try. That was where I received like the most clarity. I was like, oh, okay. So I stopped caring so much about that part because honestly, it doesn't matter. What matters is you're experiencing the pain right now, regardless of what that issue was. So that was the biggest clarity. Yeah.
Yeah. Retrospectively, you can imagine why your previous attempts at getting better didn't really give the results that you want, right? In terms of either amount of recovery or how long-term the results were for.
Yeah. Like I mean, I did so many things. I did like cupping. I did what is that? TCM needling. What's it called? I can't remember. I did dry needling. Yeah, I did acupuncture. I did dry needling. I did sports massage. I did I'm not sure what else I did. I did the hot stones thing. I did everything like that I could get my hands on, and nothing was permanent. At the most, like a couple of days, and then it's back. And I was like, yeah.
That's really interesting that you bring it up because I really, really like that. Most people, right, by the time they approach me for the first time, they would have tried buying things off the store. They would have tried going just to the, a random food court and pointing to what they want and getting it, and it's just not getting better. Yeah, very rarely. I mean, very rarely do people come to me because they have tried other stuff and it's working for them, or very rarely would people come to me first. So I guess that's a good thing that you point out, and it's interesting because most people don't realize that just being given what you want, it's usually not going to give you very good long-term solutions.
Yeah.
Right.
Sad to say, but that's the way it is. Yeah. Second challenge. Is actually related to your question, which is your impression when you realized homework is not just home exercises, but also worksheets. So that was the second challenge because I didn't realize how much hard work you expected out of clients. When you said my clients work extremely hard, I was like, yeah, of course they work extremely hard. Like I'm prepared to work hard on the exercises, but I didn't expect that also qualitative work would be required, mental work would be required. I didn't know those were aspects of killing your pain. So yeah, it was a bit of a mindset change for me. But again, I am sick of the pain, so I would do anything. And if this is what is required, then I'm prepared to do that. So I guess those of your patients or clients who are prepared for that, those will be the ones who get through this hump at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's like the car, it's got to go over the hump. If you don't have enough power, even if a chiropractor is pushing the car from behind, if you don't step on the accelerator, it doesn't matter.
No, now I'll just stand by the road and just collect the money. I don't push anymore.
Just like, hey, just bring yourself.